Hello, parents, families, and guardians. My name is Lucy Hoffman, and I am going to be your child's civics teacher over the course of this first semester. I sent out a video back before the school year started introducing myself a bit, but I'm going to take some time to introduce myself to you again and go over some of the essential outcomes that we would like to have here in civics, along with our grading practices over the course of this semester. So a little bit about me. I grew up in the northern suburbs of Chicago, and I went on to the University of Wisconsin in Madison, where I studied political science and history. I then went on to National Louis University, where I received my master's and my teaching certification. This happened back in March, right before chaos ensued, and we were all sent home, but I was able to finish up, and that brings me here to my first teaching position and my first year here at LT. I am so excited to be a part of your community and to be working with your students each and every day that I'm here. It's an incredible community, and we're in this together. We're making do with our new learning environment and finding ways to make meaningful learning experiences happen no matter the setting. And that is my main goal for your students over the course of this semester. So in a moment, I'm going to share my screen. Figured it was fitting to do this in a Zoom. And I'm going to share with you the places that you can find my contact information, as well as our course skills and outcomes over the course of this semester, along with how we do our grading. So as you can see, we are on our Canvas homepage right now. Walking us through it, we have my name, we have my email address. This is the best way to contact me. At lhoffman@lths.net. I also have our class Zoom links posted right below. I update these sometimes due to technology being glitchy. Sometimes the links get a little temperamental. Also for security purposes, it's good to mix them up. So make sure that your students are logging onto Canvas in order to access their Zoom links, because the passwords might change, things like that, just to ensure the best safety and technological experience that we can have. And along with that, on our homepage, we have our schedule. Everything that they do each day will be posted before they come to class. They can take a look and see what is on the agenda for that day and what happened earlier that week and in weeks past. In order to access our course information, so things like our syllabus, rubrics, we will go to modules. And then at the bottom, we have course information, where I've included several of our key documents that we use, such as our syllabus, essential skills and rubrics, and the way that we report grades and Infinite Campus with all that fun information. So I'm going to take us through our the way that we report our grades and what skills we're looking for in class. So this is a one-semester course. This is a state graduation requirement where students study government institutions, how they function, as well as what's going on in our world today. So these are current and controversial issues. We cover a wide array of topics and provide our students with lots of information to create their own opinions, right? They're getting information all the time from their phones, from other people, but it's now, what do you do with that? How do you educate yourself about what's going on and come to your own conclusions based off of these facts? We also take part in a service learning opportunity. This will look a little different this year, seeing as we are in a remote setting. We are still working on ways to modify that and make that work in our remote setting. And we also do some simulations of democratic processes. So finding ways to take these things that happen in our real world and bring them into our classroom. There are four main skills that we assess over the course of the semester. The first is that we, excuse the bells, I am here at school. So the first is that we apply. So that means that students are identifying and applying different principles and key concepts throughout this class, such as the social issues and political ideas that we have here in our country, and our Constitution, Bill of Rights, all of those things involved with our government and laws and policy here. Second is evaluating sources. Like I said, they're constantly getting information, but it's now how do you evaluate that for bias, reliability? Is it credible? 3 goes along right with that opinion. They're developing claim evidence and analysis skills. So developing opinions, developing claims, and backing that up with evidence. And then the last one is discussion. So we want to take a really large focus on discussion, how to move a conversation forward, develop new ideas, hear others' ideas, and then ask questions about them in order to develop a more well-rounded understanding of the topics that we discuss here in class. In this course, we will be evaluating these 4 skills over a course of 4 units. Right now, we are in our first unit of Why Civics. These are the baseline skills, and this is the baseline information that they need in order to be successful in our future units and to see what being an effective citizen might look like. So we're practicing things like news literacy and just getting some key terms under our belt and understanding even what is policy, right? And then moving forward, we will take a deeper dive into each branch of government. So we all have our legislative branch unit, executive branch, and judicial branch. And like I said, the details for our Take Action project, that service learning project, will be revised, and we'll share that with you once we have a better sense of what that can look like for us. And lastly, we have understanding grades in Infinite Campus. So the 4 skills that I mentioned before of applying, evaluating, developing claim evidence and analysis, and questioning, and discussion, of course, these will be assessed over the course of our 4 units, and each one will be assessed each unit. So in Infinite Campus, what you will see is you will see practice assessments that are called formatives and summative assessments. I've included descriptions here at the bottom. So when I say formative assessment, this will not count towards the final grade. These are labeled with an F, including an example you'll see is that where it says Unit 1 F2, this means it's a Unit 1 formative skill 2. So this is what their formative practice was on evaluating sources. These will be marked by both an asterisk and they will be in red. When you see those 2 things, that means they are not counting towards the final grade. The graded assessments will be called summatives, and they will count towards the final grade. There will be 1 summative per skill per unit. So there will be 4 summative assessments that you will see fall under each unit. And it will look like U1 S2 or U1 S3, letting you know which skill is being assessed for which unit. If you have any questions about this, please feel free to contact me. It's not always so intuitive as we're going through all these clicking motions, so always happy to take some time to go through that with you. And lastly, I just wanted to take a moment to thank you for your support and for allowing me to be a part of your kids' lives. This is not an easy time, and I want to make sure that students feel comfortable and that they feel they are having meaningful learning experiences no matter our environment. I love history and social studies, but mainly I love teaching, and I love being a positive role model and someone that can guide students through difficult times like this. So I hope to get to know you and your students more over the course of this semester. And this will be one we will never forget. So thank you all. Have a great rest of your days, evenings, and weeks.